as I'm recording this, it's been a few hours since free agency has started and 40 signings have been made. That is crazy. And although it's a bunch of role players, it's also a bunch of impactful players as well. And I'm just here to talk about what I think. I know it's only the beginning stages of free agency, but I do think that Lonzo Ball to Chicago and even Alex Caruso to Chicago already puts the Chicago Bulls as the top winners of the free agency. You know, it's been years since the Chicago Bulls had a decent point guard who can play defense, play make, and shoot the ball. And getting somebody like Lonzo immediately helps them, especially with Zach LaVine and Vucevic. Lonzo Ball being in the Chicago Bulls is just perfect. Lonzo is known for his playmaking, he's known for his defense, but he's also been a very improved shooter over these past few years, and that's exactly what the Bulls need. The Bulls are making a playoff push, and the main thing that they have faced problems with is a guard who can shoot, a guard who can play defense, and they got that out of Lonzo, and even someone like Caruso who is a scrappy defender. And honestly, I think both deals that they got are perfect for the Bulls. And I just recently found out that the Bulls got DeMar DeRozan without even trading a young piece like Williams or Marketing, and that is honestly crazy. I think the Bulls could be a very tough team to beat. They are definitely one of the biggest winners in this year's free agency. Another massive winner are the Miami Heat with getting Kyle Lowry. I mean, he's an amazing point guard that can shoot, that is an underrated defender. He is the perfect guy for what they need. Now, do I think they're championship contenders? We'll just have to find out, because keeping Duncan Robinson is a pretty good get as well. I think they gave up Dragic and maybe Achua, but I think Miami is also going to be a tough team as well. Now, I'm not going to talk much about the Lakers or the Nets because they're the favorites next year, so I expect big moves from them, but I have no idea what the Sixers are going to do. They're in like the biggest hole in the NBA with the Ben Simmons thing, and they can't trade him. I mean, nobody wants him. Daryl Morey is asking for too much. And replacing Dwight Howard with someone like Andre Drummond is kind of a weird fit. I mean, Dwight Howard could at least shoot a little bit, but Drummond is one of the worst free throw shooters. And he also causes a lot of internal problems. I hope he can do good for the Sixers, but I don't know how that fit's going to work. If they get Andre Drummond, which they did, Ben Simmons is definitely gone. The Sixers also got a backup four, George Niang. I think that's a pretty good pickup. He's not the best player, but Mike Scott was their backup four, and he was horrendous. One of the worst forwards in the league, like statistically, and even when you're watching him. So getting someone like George Niang is good. And as much as everybody trashes on Danny Green, they need to get him back immediately. They need to get him back. And I don't know what the Sixers can do if Ben Simmons is on the team. They might have to trade Tobias as well, but they might have to trade. They got to get somebody. They have to get somebody because it's not looking good for them. Now, the Knicks. Nobody's really talking about the Knicks. I kind of like what they're doing. They're establishing their bench. They're getting pieces back that were good last season. I think they lost Reggie Bullock, but getting Alec Burks and Nerlens Noel back are really good. They got someone like Evan Fournier, who is a 20-point per game scorer. He could get to like 15 to 17 points, though. And I think that's pretty good for them. Did they overpay some of their players? Yeah, I do think. But they also got someone like Kemba Walker, who I think everybody's forgetting how good Kemba can be. And I think the Knicks are a perfect situation for him. And I hope he can succeed there because I like his place there. And I think he's going to do well on the Knicks. I do think he got overpaid a little bit, but we'll see how he plays. Now, overall, free agency has been absolutely crazy. I love what's going on. And, you know, as a 76er fan, it kind of hurts seeing all these good players go and we can't pay nobody because we paid so many players. But I like what's happening in the NBA. It's more competition. The Lakers and Nets are going crazy right now. It's just people going to the Lakers nonstop, people going to the Nets nonstop. And I'll say this over and over again. I don't see the Lakers as a super team.